Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something I've definitely wondered about. Can changing when you eat actually, make your thinking sharper?
It's a fascinating question. We're looking into intermittent fasting, specifically focusing on mental clarity and cognitive function.
Right. The mission is basically figuring out, can fasting help you think clearer?
And a big part of that revolves around how the brain gets its energy. Usually it's all about glucose, sugar.
The easy stuff.
Exactly. But when you fast, the body does this switch. It starts burning fat and making ketone.
Ketones. Okay.
And that alternative fuel source is what's really got researchers interested. And, well, us too.
We've touched on fasting for weight loss before, but this is purely about the brain today.
Precisely. All about the cognitive angle.
So let's break down this fuel thing. The brain loves glucose. Default mode.
Default mode, yeah. But fast long enough, and those glucose stores, they start to run low.
And then the backup generators kick in.
Kind of, yeah. The body starts making these ketones, and there's one in particular, hydroxybutyrate, BHB for short.
BHB. Sounds technical.
It is, but the key takeaway is that it might be a really efficient fuel for the brain.
More efficient than glucose.
Well, some research suggests it could be. It's a smaller molecule, crosses into the brain maybe more easily. It's not just a backup. It might be a premium fuel in some ways.
Wow. Okay. So the type of fuel could actually upgrade brain performance. That's unexpected.
It's a key idea, definitely. Connects to why fasting might enhance cognition.
Okay. But thinking practically, when I get hungry, my mood tanks. I get irritable. How does fasting fit with, mood and energy levels? Doesn't it just make you feel run down?
That's a really important point. And the answer is, it varies. A lot.
Ah, not so simple.
Not at all. There was actually a study, King's College London, I think. Participants on a 14-hour fasting schedule reported better mood, more energy, and even less hunger.
Wait, less hunger and more energy. That sounds counterintuitive.
It does, right.
Okay.
But that's what they found in that group.
Okay, that's promising. But you said it varies. So what's the catch?
The catch is individual response. It's huge. Some people, especially at the start, definitely feel irritable, fatigued, hangry.
Totally. I know that feeling.
So it really underscores how crucial it is to listen to your own body. What works wonders for one person might just not work for you, or might take time to adapt to.
Makes sense. You have to ease into it, see how you react.
Exactly. Personal adaptation is key.
Okay, so potential for better mood and energy for some, once adapted. Brain might like ketones. What about protecting the brain long term? Is there anything there?
Yeah, that's another really interesting area, neuroprotection.
Like protecting against decline as we age?
Potentially.
Yeah.
A lot of the current evidence comes from animal studies, so we need to be cautious about jumping to conclusions for humans.
Okay, caveat noted. What are the animal studies showing?
They've shown things like improved learning and memory in animals on intermittent fasting schedules. Some studies suggest reduced inflammation in the brain, maybe some protection against age-related cognitive issues in those models.
So the mechanism might involve reducing inflammation.
That seems to be part of it, yes. And maybe other pathways too, like stimulating cellular cleanup processes. But again,
Need more human research. Got it. Okay, what about sleep? Poor sleep definitely messes with my thinking. Does fasting affect sleep?
good question. And yes, there seems to be a connection. A study in Frontiers in Nutrition reported that fasting diets could positively impact sleep patterns.
Really? Better sleep.
That's what they found, alongside potential improvements in mood and just general well-being.
Huh. And better sleep usually means better thinking the next day.
Exactly. It creates this potential positive feedback loop. Better sleep supports cognitive function. Maybe the fasting helps the sleep. It all links together.
Right. Clearer thinking, maybe better mood, potentially better sleep. It's quite interconnected.
It really seems to be.
Okay, so if someone listening is intrigued, thinking, maybe I'll try this, what's the smart way to start? You don't just jump into a 24-hour fast, right?
Definitely not. Start slow. Really slow, maybe. Like just extending your natural overnight fast. Maybe aim for 12 hours, first dinner to breakfast. See how that feels?
12 hours. Most people probably do close to that anyway.
Many do. Then, if that feels okay, you could gradually push it to 13 or 14 hours. Gradual increase is much safer and more sustainable.
Okay, start slow, gradually extend. What else?
Hydration. Super important. Drink plenty of water, especially during the fasting window. It helps manage hunger pangs and just keeps everything running smoothly.
Water, water, water. Got it.
And like we said before, pay really close attention to your body's signals. If you feel overly tired, dizzy, unwell, back off. Adjust It's not a competition.
Listen to your body. Crucial. Anything else to optimize this if you're trying it for brain benefit?
Yeah, absolutely. Don't think of fasting in isolation. It works best, probably, when combined with other healthy
It's
habits.
like exercise, diet.
Exactly. Regular exercise is great for the brain anyway, and what you eat during your eating window matters a lot. Focus on nutrient-dense, whole foods. It's not just when you eat, but what you eat.
Right, you can't just fast and then eat junk food and expect miracles.
Precisely. It's a holistic approach. Fasting is one tool in the toolbox for potentially supporting brain health, not the entire solution.
Yeah, okay. That's really helpful, practical advice. So let's maybe just quickly summarize the key takeaways from this deep dive.
Sure. So we talked about the brain's fuel shift from glucose to ketones, particularly BHB, during fasting, and that this shift might be beneficial for cognitive performance.
Right, the potential premium fuel idea.
Then there's the possibility of improved mood, more energy, and reduced hunger for some people, based on studies like the King's College one, though individual results really vary.
And the link to potentially better sleep, creating that positive cycle for mental clarity.
Exactly. And we touched on the animal studies showing promise for neuroprotection. Things like better learning, memory, maybe reduced inflammation, but stressed the need for more human data.
Definitely need more human studies there.
And finally, the practical side. Start slow, stay hydrated, listen to your body, and combine fasting with overall healthy habits like good nutrition and exercise.
Perfect. That covers it well. This has been really illuminating.
Glad we could dive into it.
So next time, we're actually going to shift gears a bit and look at how fasting impacts physical performance, exercise, energy for workouts, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, how the body adapts physically when you exercise in a fasted state. Should be interesting.
Definitely tune in for that one. Thanks, everyone, for joining us for this deep dive today.
We hope you found it valuable.
Yeah, and if you did, please feel free to subscribe, share it with anyone you think might be curious about this fasting and brain connection.
Keep exploring, keep questioning how these things might apply to you.
And maybe just leave you with this thought. Knowing your brain can run on different fuels, how might understanding that potentially influence your own routine? Maybe even your focus day to day. Something to mull over.
Good question.
Until next time on the deep dive.